and welcome to Rev Sports, Rev Sports, of course, and we're here in Chennai. It's finally match day for India. They will take on Zimbabwe in the evening, but there is a lot of pressure on the team right now because of that loss against South Africa. Some permutations have come into play. South Africa if then it's going to be a tough situation for India. On the other hand, Sri Lanka last night got knocked out of the tournament, which gives Pakistan a slim chance of making it to the semi-finals. But again, a lot of permutations and combinations involved. They will have to beat Sri Lanka by 70 runs, and England will also have to beat New Zealand by 20 runs or more. So that's a very complicated situation there for Pakistan. Slim chances of that happening. But Shubhain, the number one question that we're getting so far is, has Rinku Singh made it back to the squad? Sitan Chakota did say that he will join later in the evening yesterday.
No, if a coach is coming in on a public press conference and saying he will be joining in the evening, so I assume he has already joined. I don't know whether I have not checked whether Rinku has, but he's back as Rohit is saying. So if a coach is saying he's coming this evening, so he must have joined the squad. But having said that, today's afternoon match is much more important before our India versus Zimbabwe game. So before the India Zimbabwe game, all eyes will be on South Africa and West Indies. Like Pakistan, we are also in a situation where we are dependent on other teams, and we all are South Africa today.
Of course. But how are you seeing this match, Rohit? Do you think South Africa is the favorite going into this? It's a very strong team. They've beat India as well. So are you looking at India more or less making it to the semi-final? Is it guaranteed for you?
Not guaranteed, but if you see the conditions, if you see the players in form, if you do the man-to-man marking, then you will definitely say this, that when you come to the lower section of the 11, means the bowlers, the fast bowlers specifically, then you will definitely say that yes, South Africa is really good at this point of time, because West Indies, their batters are doing really well. Shimron Hetmeyer, means what a World Cup he's having. I remember in 2022 T20 World Cup, he missed a flight because of the family things, and then West Indies cricket said to him that we are arranging another flight. He missed that flight also. Then some disciplinary actions against him. Then they took him again for the T20 World Cup 2024. Didn't give him a single game in that T20 World Cup. And now look at the story of Shimron Hetmeyer. He is the second highest run scorer of this World Cup overall. And the way he's hitting sixes. And when you talk about hitting sixes, there's Sherfin Rutherford also. The way Roman Powell batted yesterday, means day before yesterday versus Zimbabwe. And then you know that the batting depth carried till Jason Holder. And Jason Holder again hitting some runs. So, if you talk about West Indies batting, it has more firepower than South Africa, and specifically on a red soil wicket, because what I was getting, that it's a red soil wicket where South Africa and West Indies will have this game, no dew factor because it's an afternoon game. And on the other hand, you can see the power hitters in South Africa, we all know, means from up top to bottom, they are heavily equipped with the power hitters. But the difference came when you see a Marco Jensen there, a Cobbin Bosch, a Lungi Ngidi, and then a Kagiso Rabada. Nobody's talking about Kagiso Rabada at this point of time, and rightly so, because he didn't came up with a performance where you can talk about him. But 11 wickets for Marco Jensen, the kind of bowling he did versus India, the kind of plans he executed versus India, will truly give you a sense that how good is South Africa as far as their bowling is concerned. But then we have this stat that no team, neither West Indies nor South Africa, didn't lose a single game in this World Cup. So here's going to be an important thing to look out for. And can't say that South Africa can comprehensively beat West Indies. West Indies is too good a team, full of power hitters, good spinners. They have to choose between a Roston Chase or Akil Hussain, because I think Gudakesh Moti will make it into the 11. And then they have this combination of whether they want to go with a Roston Chase or Akil Hussain, knowing that South Africa have left-handers into their squad at the top. What we did, where we didn't pick up, Akshar Patel and went with Washington Sundar. So can't say that it will be an easy win for South Africa, but this is going to be, something to watch out for, especially if you're an Indian fan.
Yeah, I don't think when the World Cup started, any of us would have thought, or at least the fans would have thought, that this is a situation that India would end up in, considering how much firepower there was in the team for the last 1 year and how the team had been performing. But there's a good question here, Shubhayan. True Wicket is asking, the team management is not giving any clear signs as is the norm with BCCI, has it always remained as opaque as it is now regarding communication? You've been here longer, so
Clear signs as in what kind of communications he's asking about.
I think he's talking about press conferences and all. They
Press
brush
conferences
aside,
have
yeah.
always been like this. It depends. It depends on people to people who is attending the press conference. We have had people who
Who
make
have given
who
things
have
away,
given
yeah.
explosive press conferences as well. We have had people who have done longer press conferences, but we have not taken out any any major takeaways from those press conferences. For example, Rahul Dravid used to have longer press conferences, but headline wise, there used to be nothing. Gautam Gambhir, on the other hand, is a completely different beast altogether when it comes to press conferences. Headline wise, Virat Kohli was someone who at least used to give something. MS Dhoni also did multiple press conferences during his stint as captains. So it depends. Ajinkya Rane, for that matter, you can't really take out anything when he used to address a PC. So communication wise, it always depends on who is that individual who is answering questions. And of course, if you can read between the lines, you can take something away from those things. But it really depends. I don't think it BCCI has something to do with it. It always varies from individual to individual.
Right. Rohit, yesterday in that press conference, Hitanshu Kotak said that there are no concerns when it comes to individual performances, but at the same time, there are discussions about the top three and the fact that your top three are left-handers and the oppositions have been able to exploit that weakness with off-spin, starting off with off-spin. Do you think that gives us a bit of a hint that there could be a change in the top three? Maybe Sanju Samson comes in for Rinku Singh, opens with Abhishek and Ishan at number three?
So there were multiple hints. It's not about there was just one single
Yeah.
hint. He said it multiple times, 3-4 times, about how the opening combination is
Yes.
not working, about the predictability of the left-handers. So basically, he was saying the same thing which we were saying in just before the game in Ahmedabad, that versus South Africa. Can we risk this, because this is now too much predictable? If a Namibia is doing that against you, if someone from the other teams are also doing it from you, in front of you guys, can you be this much predictable against a so good South Africa? So in Hindi they say that बहुत देर कर दी मेहरबान आते आते. Could be that thing also in front of Team India, because this is something which everyone is knowing about our team, that yes, this is where they are failing, but we are not taking lessons from what we were doing wrong, be it Delhi, be it Colombo, be it in Mumbai also, the kind of planning USA did against us. It was not new what USA did and what South Africa did. USA
Right.
planned the dismissal of Abhishek Sharma there, and South Africa wanted him to play on the leg side because there was a fielder there. So there was not a huge difference. And I remember when it's asked from Sudhanshu Kotak in Ahmedabad that was a plan successful from Pakistan. He said that no, that wasn't the plan actually, where they got Abhishek Sharma's wicket. So I think finally they are realizing, and finally they are accepting what Indian team is doing wrong in this World Cup. And there might be a chance that they can break that monotony. What Subhanda said, I think in Ahmedabad also, that we are getting too much predictable as far as a 1-2-3 is concerned. Everyone is coming up with a right arm offie in front of us and just picking up wickets.
Yeah.
That's why our average of 6, as far as Indian openers are concerned. So yeah, there is a very strong chance that Sanju Samson will come up there. I'm more interested about what will you do at number 5? Where will you put Tilak Verma? Because Tilak Verma at number 5, again there will be concerns. There is Rinku Singh, there is Akshar Patel also, who you can promote. There are multiple batters in front of you. 1, 2, 3. If you get in Sanju Samson there, Ishan at 3, who will be your number 5? I think that will be the big question to answer.
That was my next question. That if Sanju Samson is opening with Abhishek, clearly that puts Tilak Verma at number 5. It sort of answers your questions or solves your problems when it comes to the top order, and the fact that the entry point of Tilak Verma in the power play is subdued. You don't have to worry about that. The top order can go bang bang in the power play, but after that, what happens, because you've also got a Shivam Dube, a Hardik Pandya, and a Rinku Singh, and Akshar Patel as well, who can come in later at that number 5 position and cause a lot of damage. But if Tilak Verma is once again going out there and anchoring the innings and playing a run a ball innings, that will be counterproductive.
I think Tilak Verma, if he makes it into the playing 11, then that will be just because the Indian team management or the coaching staff or the leadership group is not confident about the top order. Abhishek is not scoring runs. Sanju Samson, before he was dropped, he was going through a poor run of form. He has only played one match in this T20 World Cup, scored 28 of 8 deliveries, 28 or 22
22.
of 8 deliveries. Ishan Kishan has scored runs, but again, there are chances where you could find yourself 10 for 2, 15 for 2, and that is where you might require a Tilak Verma to anchor the innings. If I was in their place, I would have gone with Rinku Singh and tell someone like an Akshar Patel to anchor an innings in case of a collapse. But they might just go with Tilak Verma, knowing that their top order has not scored runs, just to be safe. And if all these players get the top order, the top three get a good start, the top four get a good start, uh, then uh, then you might see someone like a Shivam Dubey, Hardik Pandya getting promoted up in the order, but that depends completely on the situation of the game. But Tilak Verma, if he plays in the playing 11, I will feel that the team management is not too confident about their top order delivering in such a high stake game. Gargi.
Rohit, do you also think there is a possibility of Sanju playing at number 3?
No, means they can do it, but again, then the
Then
whole
that,
equation
yeah,
about right arm off
exactly.
spinner against the top two, the left handers. I think that will be something which can't be cater, as far as going with Abhishek and Ishan at the top. So they have to break that monotony and they have to put in a right hander there. So if any team is planning the similar thing against India tactically, that we'll put up our right arm off spinner there. So I think they have to think it twice, and maybe a couple of boundaries in first over by Sanju Samson or by anyone, by Abhishek Sharma. Then I think they don't risk giving that particular bowler second over, like what Salman Ali Aga did. He bowled those 2 overs. That 2 overs were crucial at that point of time. Yes, later on, the way Ishan batted and the kind of score, the kind of target we put in front of them, I think that was above par. But yeah, you need someone like that batting, like Ishan Kishan, what he did in Colombo. So yeah, means you have to break the monotony at the top.
Yep. Okay, we'll have to move it this time. Yeah, there's a question here. Why is no one, I've lost it, but it basically said, why is no one questioning Sky?
No, he has been poor, and we have been questioning his batting intent in this T20 World Cup. There's no hiding from that. He played a good knock against USA, but that's it. After that, he has not had contributions which is equivalent to what a Sky can do. And of course, there have been trickier pitches, trickier conditions. The top order has not clicked as he would have wanted, but his batting has been, apart from that USA game, it has not really clicked, and there's no hiding from that. And people have been talking about Surya Kumar Yadav and his the kind of T20 World Cup he's having. So not the best of World Cup, not only as a batter, but as a captain also. He has made some poor decisions. He made some poor decisions in the last game as well, as far as bowling changes are concerned. But this is what it is. It is now time. You cannot reflect too much or dwell too much into what happened in the last 3-4 games. It is all about today's game, and if he can score runs, then nothing about it. But his captaincy also needs to be a lot sharper in today's game.
Arya Singh is asking, why is team management giving so much importance to backing Tilak Verma? Why don't they accept their mistake, let Tilak rest and play Rinku?
I think they have this thing in mind that you need Tilak Verma's stability. Means that's the only thing I can think of at this point of time, because a strike rate of 94 against spinners in the whole World Cup can't give me anything else apart from that team is backing on his defense. That if we are 30 for 3, if we are 20 for 2, then he will be the only guy who can play that anchor innings. Don't want to name Virat Kohli there, because exactly what Virat did for so many years for Team India. Like if the wicket is fallen, at the very early stage of the game, then Virat used to anchor it so well. I'm not comparing here Tilak Verma to a Virat Kohli, but that's exactly what they are thinking. That at number 3 we have someone who, as per conditions, if India is 60 for 1, then he can, go bang bang. And if not 60 for 1, if it's 20 for 2, then he can anchor the innings. But the difficult thing is that when India is 55 for 1 also, then also there is a problem with Tilak Verma's batting, because there are some, and that's very much skill related, that his skills versus spinners are not that good. And oppositions know that. They know that really well, and that's why the strike rate of less than 100 as far as the T20 World Cup is concerned. Tilak versus all the spinners he faced, I think he has some strike rate of 94.
Shubha, in last 5 minutes on the show, how are you looking at tonight's game? T20 cricket means rarely there will be a rollover or something of that sort, and you can't discount Zimbabwe.
Right. See, get a well, I will.
Getting stuck.
Are we back?
I'm not sure.
Up
Check
to
the
at least.
check the stream. I think we are back. No, we are
No,
not.
we're stuck.
We are stuck. But yeah, that's what it is. Sometimes when we do lives from multiple
Outside.
areas, sometimes the network can be an issue. But
We'll close with the
yeah, we'll
answer.
close it. But yeah, I mean, we can steamroll past Zimbabwe if we want to. It's going to be a good batting deck, but Zimbabwe will come up with a proper plan. So play good cricket. That's what I will say. This Indian team, when you compare to Zimbabwe, they will defeat them 99 times out of 100 times. So go there, play fearless cricket, and let's see what happens in the afternoon match as well. I'm more worried about
Yeah.
what will happen in Ahmedabad than in Chennai. I'm pretty confident that we'll win against Zimbabwe, but I'm more worried about that South Africa versus West Indies game.
It is an interesting situation that we are in right now. We'll be back very soon. Of course, we're all heading to the stadium in some while because India takes on Zimbabwe. But of course, as Shubhayan said, all eyes will be on the South Africa West Indies game. Thank you.